As the world's largest economy, the United States has played a significant role in shaping the global financial system. One of the most important aspects of this system is the dominance of the US dollar, known as dollar hegemony. Dollar hegemony has its roots in the Bretton Woods Agreement, which was signed in 1944 by the victorious Allies of World War II. The agreement established a system of fixed exchange rates, with the US dollar serving as the world's reserve currency. Other currencies were pegged to the dollar, and countries could exchange their dollars for gold at a fixed rate of 35 per ounce. This system was designed to promote economic stability and prevent currency speculation, which had contributed to the Great Depression of the 1930s. However, the Bretton Woods system began to break down in the 1960s as the US government pursued a policy of deficit spending to fund the Vietnam War and other programs. This led to a large increase in the supply of dollars, which in turn caused inflation and a decline in the value of the dollar relative to gold. In 1971, President Nixon announced that the US would no longer exchange dollars for gold, effectively ending the Bretton Woods system. Despite this setback, the US dollar retained its dominant position in the global financial system. This was due in part to the size and strength of the US economy, but also to the network effects of dollar usage. As more countries and firms began to use the dollar for international transactions, it became increasingly difficult for them to switch to other currencies. The dominance of the US dollar has several important implications for the global economy. First, it gives the US government significant influence over the international financial system. This is because the US can use its control over the supply of dollars to exert pressure on other countries, for example by imposing sanctions or restricting access to the US financial system. This power has been used in the past to advance US foreign policy goals, but it also creates risks of political instability and economic disruption. Second, dollar hegemony creates a demand for US government debt, as other countries and investors seek a safe and liquid asset for their reserves. This allows the US to finance its budget deficits at relatively low interest rates, but it also creates a dependency on foreign investors. If these investors were to lose confidence in the US economy or the dollar, they could withdraw their investments and cause a sharp rise in interest rates and inflation. Third, the dominance of the US dollar can lead to currency mismatches and financial instability in other countries. This is because many countries borrow in dollars to take advantage of lower interest rates, but their revenues are often denominated in their own currency. If the value of the dollar were to rise sharply, these countries could find themselves unable to service their debts, leading to a financial crisis. Despite the many advantages of dollar hegemony, there are also several challenges to its continued dominance. One of these is the rise of China as a global economic power. China has been actively promoting the use of its own currency, the renminbi, in international transactions, and has been seeking to establish its own financial institutions, such as the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, to rival those dominated by the US. Another challenge is the emergence of cryptocurrencies and other decentralized financial technologies. These technologies could potentially disrupt the existing financial system, including the dominance of the US dollar. For example, if cryptocurrencies were to become widely accepted as a means of payment, they could reduce the demand for US dollars in international transactions and challenge the role of central banks in managing monetary policy.